What you're about to hear is not a routine space update, not just another discovery buried in scientific journals. No, this is something else. Something stranger, more elusive, and far more unsettling. It begins with a spacecraft that has been wandering the cosmos for nearly half a century, Voyager 1, and with an interstellar object whose behavior defies everything astronomers thought they understood, 3I Atlas. For decades, Voyager 1 has been little more than a distant whisper in the void, a lonely machine traveling farther from Earth than any human-made object in history. It was launched in 1977 to explore Jupiter, Saturn, and the outer planets. After completing its grand tour, it drifted outward, past Neptune, past Pluto, beyond the heliosphere, into the deep, starless gulf between suns. For most of its journey, it has been silent, carrying only a faint radio heartbeat and a golden record, a message in a bottle intended for whoever, or whatever, might someday find it. But in 2025, Voyager 1's long, uneventful mission took an unimaginable turn. As Earth's astronomers focused on a newly detected interstellar object, 3I Atlas, rumors began circulating that NASA had attempted something extraordinary. Voyager, they said, had been subtly reactivated, recalibrated, nudged into alignment with this alien visitor. And then came the whispers that Voyager had not only observed Atlas, but that something out there had answered back. Let's begin with Atlas itself. Discovered in July 2025, Atlas immediately stood out. It was massive compared to previous interstellar objects, larger than Oumuamua, brighter than Borisov, and moving with a velocity that stunned scientists. More than 150,000 miles per hour. Its orbit revealed that it had entered our solar system from far beyond, from the uncharted depths between stars. Astronomers called it the third confirmed interstellar visitor, 3I, but the more they studied it, the less it resembled anything natural. Unlike most comets, Atlas didn't tumble chaotically. It rotated with uncanny precision. Its surface reflected light in strange, rhythmic pulses. And then there was its speed. Objects this size shouldn't simply change course or adjust velocity. Yet Atlas appeared to slow down, not because of gravity, not because of outgassing jets of ice, but as if it were braking deliberately. Already, Atlas was a riddle wrapped in a shadow. But when NASA quietly began maneuvering Voyager 1 into position, the story entered darker territory. Voyager had long been considered a relic, its trajectory fixed, its power dwindling. Yet engineers at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory allegedly reactivated portions of its alignment systems. Not by using rockets, it has none, but by carefully timed communication pulses that shifted its orientation by tiny, deliberate increments. Over weeks, Voyager's high-gain antenna was tilted, its sensors recalibrated, and its instruments realigned until, by sheer coincidence, or perhaps design, it intersected the projected path of Atlas. For the first time in history, one of humanity's oldest spacefarers had been positioned to witness an emissary from another star. And then something happened that no one expected. In the days after Atlas crossed Voyager's observation corridor, Earth's magnetic field recorded an unusual disturbance. At first, scientists blamed solar activity, but the data didn't match. The spikes didn't follow the chaotic rhythm of flares or cosmic storms. Instead, they came in structured bursts, ripples that repeated with mathematical precision. Even more unsettling, those ripples pointed not toward the sun, but outward, toward deep space. Toward the same sector where Voyager and Atlas now drifted. Amateur radio operators around the world reported bursts of static, unusual oscillations interrupting transmissions, faint but patterned. At Arecibo's old replacement arrays, signal analysts whispered of something non-random. And then came the claims from inside NASA. Voyager had picked up signal noise unlike anything it had ever recorded. Not static. Not interference. Something ordered. something alive with rhythm. That noise was later said to be encoded. Cryptologists working independently alleged they found a prime number sequence hidden within the fluctuations. Prime numbers, the universal fingerprint of intelligence, the one pattern nature does not generate by chance. And here's where the story deepens. Remember Voyager's golden record? The famous time capsule etched with the sounds of Earth, human greetings, music, images, maps. For decades it's been portrayed as a romantic gesture, a hopeful message to the stars. But few outside mission control knew about the metadata hidden within. Beneath the audio grooves and images are layers of mathematical puzzles, coordinate systems, even embedded timing codes. Humanity had left not only a greeting, but a kind of signature algorithm in the record. Now, according to leaks, Voyager's returning signal revealed something extraordinary. Within the faintest layers of its recent transmission, analysts detected echoes of those very codes, mirrored back, not by Voyager itself, but seemingly by Atlas. Was the golden record more than just a message? Was it also a key, a beacon designed to unlock communication? And if so, had Atlas recognized it? By August 2025, the situation had grown even stranger. Amateur space trackers, comparing Voyager's telemetry data, reported that the probe had shifted orientation by several degrees. A minor adjustment for Earth, but massive in the vacuum of interstellar space. Voyager seemed to be pointing itself, not toward Earth, not even directly at Atlas's current position, but ahead, into Atlas's future trajectory. It was as though Voyager were anticipating where Atlas was going, positioning itself in advance. But Voyager has no predictive systems. It can't calculate future paths without Earth's commands. Unless, of course, it was no longer operating alone. Atlas itself began to respond, or at least, that's what the data suggested. Its flickering light, once sporadic, shifted into binary-like patterns. Its deceleration coincided almost exactly with Voyager's reorientation. It was no longer just passing through. It was engaging. That's when the archives of human history resurfaced. Researchers began noting that Atlas's trajectory matched alignments of ancient megaliths, sites like Stonehenge, Göbekli Tepe, and Machu Picchu. Were these monuments simply solar calendars? Or had ancient civilizations already seen Atlas, or objects like it, before? Myths of star wanderers, sudden celestial visitors that arrived from nowhere, moved strangely, and then disappeared, echoed across cultures. What if those weren't myths? What if they were warnings carved into stone? And then came the leak known as Echorefraction 67. An anonymous dump of alleged Voyager data appeared on encrypted servers. At first, it looked like noise, static, unreadable waves. But advanced pattern analysis revealed a recursive harmonic sequence repeating every 19.7 minutes. The sequence was not only structured, it was adaptive. It adjusted for Voyager's weakened power levels and compensated for data loss, as if it were aware of the probe's limitations. This wasn't just communication. It was cooperation. NASA's own anomaly detection AI, codenamed Serena, allegedly flagged the sequence as non-human origin. Serena doesn't make that judgment lightly. It only triggers when patterns deviate completely from both natural astrophysics and known human-generated signals. In other words, it marked the sequence as alien. And so here we are, Voyager 1, humanity's first true interstellar messenger, drifting silently through the void. Atlas, a massive visitor from the stars, slowing, flickering, behaving as though it is not a rock, not a comet, but something else. Two travelers, one human, one unknown, locked in what scientists now call the contact corridor. And the silence from official sources has been deafening. NASA has refused to confirm or deny. Telescope feeds have been cut. SETI's live data archives briefly went offline. Online research forums mysteriously vanished. A coordinated blackout. What some insiders now call the shadow sweep. The harder the silence is enforced, the louder the questions become. What really happened when Voyager aligned with Atlas? Did we send a message into the stars, or did the stars send something back? Was the golden record a gift to the universe, or a trigger meant to awaken something waiting in the dark? And perhaps the most chilling question of all, what if the signal Voyager received wasn't a greeting? What if it wasn't communication at all? What if it was a countdown? Because for the first time in history, the silence of the cosmos has been broken. The stars have looked back. And now, they are answering.